Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I will be showcasing my assault rifle build. Its DPS can reach up to 2.3 million while having 210k armor and over 1000 skill power. This is the ultimate hybrid build. So, stay tuned. After YouTuber Nick2 posted a video on doing 2.5 million DPS and at the same time having 260k armor and over 1000 skill power, I rated every single item in my stash to test it, because that ratio is just too powerful and should be impossible to achieve. And I think it is in fact impossible. If you take a look at the damage numbers when I did 2.3 million DPS, the maximum damage I was able to get is 117k per shot. Now take a look at this. Same damage numbers but only 1.2 million DPS. I think that it is just a visual bug. I may be wrong and people are actually doing over 2 million DPS with AR build while having a good amount of armor and skill power. I could have just posted the DPS, showed off my gear and some gameplay videos, but I hate to be a clickbait. Let's start with the specialization. Obviously, I am once again using marksmanship specialization. I use it for the bonus headshot damage, reload speed, and weapon stability. I also use it for the scope. Now, for my build. The primary stat focus of this build is for elite damage, headshot damage, and weapon damage. Most of the time, I deal 1.2 million DPS, however, it often fluctuates up to 2.4 million DPS. For my primary weapon, I use the military P416. I do have 3 custom P416 with me, as you can see, however, the military P416 gives me the most damage. I also have an AKM which gives me even more damage but its RPM and stability are just too low. For my military P416, I have Optimist talent. You can also use Ranger if you want, but I very much prefer Optimist. As for secondary talent, I have Stability, unfortunately. If I had managed to roll Allegro on that, I would be having 825 RPM. For attachments, I am using Elite Damage Muzzle, Accuracy Grip, 5.56 mag for extra rounds and of course, Digital Scope from Marksmanship Specialization. This scope is limited to only mid and long range shots, however, I found a way around that. When an enemy gets too close, aim the center of your screen at the enemy and just hold left click. It takes some getting used to but the additional 45% headshot damage is worth it. Now, for my secondary weapon, I am of course using Nemesis. Mainly for its holstered stat, which gives me 25% bonus headshot damage. This combined with the scope and specialization bonus, I am getting a total of 95% bonus headshot damage. For my pistol, I am once again using the double-barreled sawn-off with Optimist talent. The second shot does 15% additional damage due to Optimist. As for my mask, I am using Wyvern Wear. The bonus critical damage is useless for me as I have no crit chance, I simply use this for the roll I got on the mask. 37% elite damage attribute plus 15% elite damage from hard-hitting talent, that's a total of 52% elite damage. For backpack, I am using Badger Tough for an additional 7% elite damage. I got 4 attributes here instead of a talent. I do not like on the ropes. I find it totally impractical, especially for this build as I have such high skill power and skill cooldown. I plan on using my skills properly here. For vest, I use Fenris Group for the additional 10% assault rifle damage. For talent, I got Unstoppable Force, works perfectly for this build as I am going for tank as well. For gloves, I use Alps Summit. It gives me 10% cooldown reduction for skills, however, the reason I chose this gear piece is for the attribute roll. I get 9% additional assault rifle damage, and on top of that, I have devastating talent, which gives me a bonus 5% weapon damage. For holster, I got ongoing directive, because of two reasons. One is because my offensive attributes have reached the limit. If I go for more than 5 red, I will lose my optimist talent on my military P416. Second reason being, this gives me as massive boost to skill power. For knee pads, I am of course going for Gila Guard. Whenever you have unstoppable force talent on your vest, a Gila Guard piece is a must, mainly for the bonus armor and also for the defense mod slots. I have hard hitting on this one. Here is a summary of my stats. I have compiled a few combat videos to show the effectiveness of this build. It is extremely good against named elites in control points and bounties.